My voice clear now? Whether the voice is audible now? Whether the voice is audible now? Whether the echoing is stopped? Listen 009. Whether the voice is okay now? 18 009. The voice is okay, then I'll start. Okay then. Yes, I have started with the discussing the dot operation. See, now the control is inside the. Firstly, have created the three folders A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I inside the folder called test folder new. After that, what I did is the control I just moved from GHI to ABC. For that, what I did, absolute path name I have entered with the command called CD. Instead of that, see, instead of that, see once again now the control is inside the folder called DHI. I want to go back one level. I want to go back one level. CD dot dot. If you just use this double dot operation, one level up, down you will go. Once again, one level down you went. Now, instead of that, one level up, sorry, one level up. Instead of that, two levels up if you want to go. CD dot dot slash dot dot if you enter. See, you are in the GHI. Now you are directly the control is inside the ABC. For one level up, dot dot is enough. For two level, dot dot forward slash dot dot you have to use. It is just moving your just present working directory. What actually I am demonstrating is it is just the working directories. Now move one level up or move two level up. This is okay. What is this single dot? Where is single dot? This single dot is, see, CP is the command to execute, to copy, to perform copy operation. Somewhere you are going to copy some file. Assume that it is inside the Sharma folder. Inside that there is a folder called dot profile. That file you want to copy to your folder. In that case, the second operand will be dot. Source will be somewhere. The destination is current working directory. In that case, you have to use this dot. See now, there is a file called test folder here. There is a folder called test folder. Where exactly the test folder is? I'll see the address. The address is /home Kailash. The location of that file is /home Kailash. Then what I'll do is I want to move this file into the current working directory. See now the current working directory is GHI. Assume that the current working directory is GHI. I'll open that file also. ABC, next DEF, next GHI. Now the control is inside the GHI in the shell. Now I'll directly move copy CP slash, what is the address? /home /Kailash Kailash /test folder. This file I want to move to the current directory, that is GHI. I don't give the exact address of that. Instead of that, I'll just give dot. See now, the test folder has came to this location GHI folder. That is the use of this dot. The dot is going to point to the current directory. Copy command. This is the source location. The second operand will be the destination. The dot indicates current directory. I assume that this is clear now. Single dot is to point to the current directory. Double dot is used for moving one level up or two level up. Therefore, they are used to represent present and parent directories and their usage in the relative path names. This is the use of dot and double dot notations. The next thing and the last topic in this module is there are some other file operation commands are there. There are some 6 commands they have kept it for your syllabus. There are so many commands are there. Just they have kept 6 commands for your syllabus. We'll discuss with one by one. The first one is cat command. The cat command is that you already see in this cat command. The cat is nothing but to see the content of the file. Here, what all the other operations you can do is you can display, you can create a file if it is does not present. You can concatenate 2 files, or you can append something of the other file content to one more file. All these 4 operations you can do. See now the inside the GHI there is a file called test folder. I have given the name test folder. I'll rename it to test file or sample file. Sample file. Now I'll clear the screen. Now I want to see the content of the sample file. Cat sample file. Enter. I like Unix, but I don't like Nandishwar. This is one output of the file called the cat. See, this is what actually which is there inside the sample file. Now, instead of that, this is the one case. If there are multiple files are there, I'll create one more file. Create document empty file. Empty file name is demo. Inside that, tomorrow holiday. Yes, I'll save this. Now cat command sample file. One more is demo file. See, I like Unix, I don't like Nandi sir, and tomorrow holiday. Yes, all these 3 information it gets displayed. The cat command is going to display the single file or more than one file. This is that is the output of the first command. Second, then one more thing is, see, with it is not just only the commands, there will be some arguments with that, some options. What is that is -v. You have seen the executable files .exe file. .exe file is nothing but whenever you run the C program, there will be a .exe file in that folder. If you go to that particular folder and check, if you create a matrix multiplication.c, with that matrix multiplication.exe, matrix multiplication.obj, matrix multiplication.bak, these many files are created. In that matrix multiplication exe file, if you try to open that, there will be non-printable characters. Non-printable means alphanumeric characters you are going to print, but there are so many special characters. If you try to print that, you are not able to see the content of that. We'll see that now. I'll copy one executable file. The one executable file is where exactly we'll get the executable files inside the my computer, in the file system, inside the bin. Here there are so many executable files. If you want to check that, you will check with the list. Here there is a file name called executable. This is called an executable. The command, the file, I'll copy it and I'll paste it in Kailash home. ls. This is an ls.exe. The file is ls.exe. Now, if you open that file, cat ls, if you open, because in that location, that file is not there. Cat ls, see, you are not able to see any, these are all the non-printable characters. See, you cannot see the output of these files. In that case, what we will do is, we are going to extract that file cat -v. See, now it is, now you are converted into printable characters now. In that case, you are not able to identify also now, but see that there is a ASCII value for each character. Even though they are non-printable, in that case, it was not able to print also. But now these characters you can identify on the keyboard. For this purpose, we use this -v. The next thing is, with the line numbers, if you want to display the output, it has to display with the line numbers. Then you have to use -n, which is a file. I'll use the ls. Then I'll open the file sample.txt cat -n sample.txt. There is no such file. It is a temporary file. FIFO client.c. See, now there is one program. This that file contains the C program, but these line numbers from 1 to 32, these numbers, line numbers is added by the command called -n. -n, it is going to add the line numbers. The line numbers is added by the count called -n. In the same way, this is the direction, the redirecting operator. Here, the cat redirection operator, the file name if you give, assume that this file name is not there, foo. What this going to do is cat redirection operator, some new file. This file is not there. In your operating system, in your hard disk, that file is not there. If I enter, then whatever I enter from the front end, you enter from the front end, that will be directly stored in that file called new file. In order to stop the input, you have to use Control D. Now you can go to that particular folder where that file is been created. Where exactly it is created? It is created inside the Kailash home. New file. New file is created. New file is created and the content is been copied. That is the use of this cat redirection operator. File name is, it is going to create the new file and pass the output from the terminal into that particular file. This is called, you are going to appending the content. These are all, with this there are so many other options are there. For you, this much of information is enough about the cat command. -v, -n, opening the multiple files, single file, redirecting the output. This is what about the cat command. If you have any doubts, you can raise your hand. If you have any doubts, you can ask now itself, or afterwards also you can ask. The next thing is move command, mv command. This mv command is, it is going to do two options. One is it will rename the files. It can be the folder or it can be the file. It is going to do rename operation or move operation. It is move operation, it is different from copy. Move operation is different from copy, I repeat, because it does not, this command does not take extra additional space in your memory. In your secondary memory, it does not take any extra additional space. It just move from one location to the other, or another operation it is going to do is rename, but it will not take any additional space. This is a move operation. It is not a copy operation. Now we'll see that mv command ls, which are the files are there. There are so many files. FIFO server.c is there. Now I'll rename FIFO server.c to dummy.c. mv FIFO FIFO server C. mv FIFO server.c to dummy.c. Enter. This file has been renamed. You can check now. See, FIFO server is not there. Dummy.c is there. mv command has renamed the FIFO server.c, which was present before, but now this is become dummy.c that you can see here. For everything, you can use this command called ls to list the files in a particular directory. Even you can do the same operation for the folders also. See, there is a folder called test folder new. I'll change the name mv test folder new to new folder 16. I'll check now. See now, there is a folder where exactly the folder is new folder 16. You cannot get the test folder new. You are going to see the folder name test folder 16. You can rename the files or you can rename the directories. You can rename the folders. If you want to move the file, it is just like this. mv, what is the file? File1, file2, file3 should be present in that particular folder. Where it should go? It should go to the folder 1. That directory you have to give. It is just like this. Move the multiple files to a particular location. Remember, mv command will not take any additional space. It just moves. Two things it is going to do: move the files to the directory or rename the files or the directories. The next operation is remove command. This is the dangerous command in the Linux. If you don't properly use it, you are going to lose all the information. You are going to lose all the informations in your the directories. What is this command rm is? It is going to remove the objects. Which objects it will remove? It can remove the files. It can remove the folders, directories, any symbolic links, shortcuts, or any other things. Typically, it doesn't give any output. RM will just do its job and it will stop. But when it will throw the error is, if it is not able to delete those files, in that case, it will throw you an error. or else if properly performs the delete operation, it is not going to give you any output. Now we'll check this rm. See, now I'll check in the folder. See, inside the Kailash folder ls, there is a command, there is a file called ls, executable file. Now I will delete rm ls.exe. That file gets deleted. Remove ls, that file gets deleted. See, you cannot find that. You want to remove multiple files. See, now there are FIFO1 and FIFO2. FIFO1 and FIFO2. RM FIFO1 files, FIFO 5 FO2. Now I'll run this. Those two files gets deleted. Any number of files you can give in a single stretch. See, there is no output. In a single stretch, it will delete all the multiple files. See here, here in the front end, if you do this kind of operation, it will ask you for the prompting, whether you should delete, whether it confirm deletion alert you are going to get. If you want to enable that, you have to use this -i. rm -i file name if you give, then it will ask you for the prompt. Now there is a file called new file is there. rm -i test folder. There is a file called test folder. Now this is an interactive deletion. If this is an interactive deletion, now see, remove regular file. It is an ordinary file. It will also mention the type of that file. Remove the regular file, test folder. If you want to delete, you have to confirm with Y, or else any other characters, it will tell us that it is no. Yes, if I click Y, it will delete that. It will delete that file. That is the -i. This is an interactive deletion. The dangerous commands which I said is these two: rm-r star, rm-r f star. Whenever you use this, you should be very careful. What is this rm? -r is means recursively it is going to check all the files. There is a folder, below that there are 2 folders, or below that there are 10 folders, below that there are 20 files. Recursively it will check all those files for some 10 folders and 20 files. It is going to check, and it is going to delete everything. It is going to delete everything. In this case, the first case, rm a.text or b.text, in that case, it is going to delete that particular file. The entire commands, if you want to delete, then entire, in that case, you have to use this. I'll discuss once again this command. You can send your attendance now. Once again, I'll discuss these commands rm in the next class. You can send your attendance now. If you have sent your attendance, you can exit.